Hi there, thank you so much for joining me today. This video is a project pan finale. I am done with my 10 by spring project pan. I'm ending it a little bit early. I don't think spring technically starts until March 20th or the 21st, but I've made really good progress. The majority of my stuff is finished, or I've at least hit my goal on it for everything except for one product, so I thought I would finish it early and maybe start my next project pan early, my 10 by summer project pan. I do have some very exciting news. I recently purchased a pocket scale, and so for my project pans in the future, I can actually weigh products that maybe aren't as easy to measure with a picture. That makes it much easier for me to quantify my progress, which you guys know I'm a big fan of being able to quantify things, and I think it'll add a little bit something extra to the project pans. Big thank you to Tara from Terrible Decisions. I was watching one of her updates and I saw that she used a scale, and I asked her where she got hers from because I was always under the impression, I don't know why, but I always thought that scales that were able to measure such small amounts of weight increments were really expensive. I don't know where that came from, but I just thought they were really expensive. And she said you could get one for like under $15, so I was able to pick one up. So thanks once again to Tara. I'm gonna get started with my progress. I feel like I've done really well this time around. I'll try to go in the same order that I did last time, but I don't know. The first product I want to talk about is the Becca First Light Priming Filter. This is the purpley one, and I was just under the halfway mark, maybe at the 1/3 mark. When I started, I went down like, I don't know, half an inch, and then I was able to finish it in the last 5 or 6 weeks that I had between my halfway update and my finale. And this is done. I used 2 pumps of this most days. I feel like 1 pump wasn't enough for my whole face. I'm gonna be real with you, I don't think this made a big enough difference for me to want to buy it again. I bought it at half price during an Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale because I heard good things about it. It does have a little bit of a purple tint, but honestly, I don't know. I guess I have yet to find a primer that I really think is worth buying, and it's something I would buy again. So I'm glad to have finished it, and I have a better idea of whether or not it works for me. I've also counted how many pumps it took to use up the whole thing, so expect this to be featured in a future How Long Does It Take to Use Up Makeup video. Another product that's finished is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. This one was a little bit more of a gimme product because it's only 2 ounces, and I use setting spray every day. I was above the halfway mark last time, and then in my halfway update, I was right around where it says 16-hour wear, and I've since been able to finish it up. This is not one that I think does a great job at making my makeup last longer. I think it's good at getting the powdery look down. It has the capacity to make you look a little bit dewier. It doesn't make me greasy by any means. It doesn't have anything in it that's like oily, but this isn't a mattifying spray by any means, and I don't think it's comparable to the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray or the Scandinavia Bridal Spray, which are 2 of my favorites. I did feature this in my most recent How Long Does It Take to Use Up video, and I compared the cost per use of this versus the Urban Decay All Nighter since I've tracked both of them. So if you're interested to see which one is a better value for your money, then check out that video. This is a lip product from Ulta Beauty. It's the Juice Infused Lip Oil, and it's the Cranberry and Pomegranate scent or fragrance. And this one is completely gone. I liked this actually. This is kind of like a gloss. I would consider this a makeup item because it did have a reddish tint to it, and it had a glossy feeling on the lips. It didn't really leave any color on my lips. It was kind of just one of those clear glosses, but it wasn't greasy like I would expect an oil to be on my lips. It was very much a moisturizing lip product that I actually enjoyed. Not a gloss person in general. If I'm gonna wear something moisturizing and creamy on my lips, I'm just gonna go with like a lip balm or a creamy lipstick. Not a big gloss fan, to be honest. So it's not something I would buy again, but if you are looking for an affordable and moisturizing lip oil that isn't greasy, Ulta has a line. They have several different fragrances of this. I have 2 eyeliners here. The Milani one, the Kohl Kajal Supreme eyeliner in the shade Blackest Black. This one was finished in my halfway update. The littlest bit that was left ended up breaking off or getting lost in the lid. I don't exactly remember what happened, but it was unusable after that, and so I considered it finished. It was almost done by the time I lost the little bit that was left, and so I am going to consider this to be something that I used up because I used up the vast majority of it. The next eyeliner is from LA Girl, and it's just their gel eyeliner. It's in the shade Black Brown, I think. I don't remember. It was just the brown version, and I really liked this. This is kind of like what I would consider to be a hidden gem at the drugstore. It's like $3. It's pigmented, it's creamy, it sets when it's dry. I don't know if it's perfect about not getting transferred to your lower lash line if you put it in your waterline up top, but it's pretty darn good. Like, I think this is a pretty good eyeliner, and it is something that I would consider purchasing again. They might have other colors in this formula as well, which I'm interested in trying. But yeah, I really enjoyed using this up, and it's one more empty to throw into my makeup empties for the year. Another lip product, it's the Ulta Lip Primer. It's an exact dupe for the MAC Lip Primer. It's just a clear stick that you put on your lips. You let set for a minute, and then whatever you put on top of it is supposed to last longer, not feather as easily. It kind of fills in the lines you have on your lids. It's supposed to just kind of like prep and prime your lips before you put something on top of it. And I thought this was nice. It's kind of an unnecessary step in my makeup routine, to be honest. I thought it was nice enough to use up. It smelled really nice, kind of like vanilla, but it's probably not something I would buy again. And I put it in the project because I felt like if I didn't use it up soon, it would expire before I got a chance to. So I'm glad to have this moved out of my collection. This one here, this is the Urban Decay Ozone Primer Pencil. It's finished. I don't have any more left. I can't sharpen it anymore to get that last little bit out of the bottom. I saw Mariah Leonard use this under a cream shadow on her lids, and it does say multi-purpose primer pencil on the packaging. They do have a lip pencil, a lip primer pencil that has very similar packaging, and so I can see why people would get the two mixed up. And someone in my halfway update video commented that people typically use this product for their lips. And I looked it up, I looked on the website, the Ulta website, and it does kind of seem like people use this on their lips and not their eyes. I used up this entire thing on my eyes thinking it was an eyeshadow primer, and honestly it was okay, but I don't think it was the best, and I used this not enough. Like, this was an $18 pencil, and I feel like I did not get enough use out of it to get my money's worth. I did calculate how many uses it took to finish this, so I will talk about that in a future how long does it take to use a makeup video, but I don't think this was worth the money. And then to learn when it was almost done that I had been using it incorrectly the entire time was kind of just like, kicked me while I was down, you know? So obviously that is a product that I would not purchase again. I have some powder products here. The Tarte Mini Party Blush is finished. I had already hit pan on it and repressed it in my last update, and I think I had hit pan on it again, and then I finished it before then. This was a really nice everyday blush. I enjoyed using it. Once again, calculated how many uses it took to finish, so it will be featured in a future how long does it take to use a makeup video. I enjoyed it. I'm very excited to have used up a blush. I don't think I've ever finished a blush, and yes, it's a mini size, but it's still substantial. I still got a ton of use out of this before it got finished, so I feel very accomplished with this one. The next product is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Moonstone. I had hit some pretty significant pan on it in my most recent update. I repressed it and I was able to finish it before then. This was one of the easiest powders I have ever repressed, and I really enjoyed it. I think it was a nice product. It doesn't have the best lasting power for me, but it was a really nice, soft, more natural everyday highlight, so I did enjoy using it. Probably not something I would buy the full size of though. But I can really appreciate how luxe the mini packaging is. It's very weighted, it has a nice mirror in there, like it's heavy, and it feels like the full-size Becca powder, so I can really give them props for their attention to detail even with their minis. The one I'm probably the most excited about is the Kevyn Aucoin Sculpting Powder in the shade Light. I had what I thought was a very lofty goal of trying to hit pan on this, and I did. I gave you guys a little sneak peek in my makeup basket earlier this past weekend, and I didn't think I would hit pan on it because I used so little of it every day. I'm wearing it today, and I forgot how thin the pan is because I finished the Candlelight highlighter that's in the same packaging, and I mentioned in past videos and in a how long does it take to use up makeup video featuring that product that I used that up too fast for how much money I spent on it. Like, there just wasn't enough product in the pan for me. But I figured with the contour powder, I use a lot less of it. It's a much more pigmented product, and it's not nearly as powdery as the highlighter. So I figured, yes, it's probably going to take me a lot longer to hit pan. I used a fluffy fan brush to kind of like dip in there, and I would do it under my chin, under my cheekbones, sometimes on my nose, and I really do like this product a lot. And I think now that I have seen how quickly I'm able to hit pan on it, I think my next goal, maybe for my next project pan, is to finish it. It's one of my oldest powders that I own, and I spent a lot of money on it. I'd like to get some value out of it before it expires. And the very last one, the only product that I didn't hit my goal on, was the NYX Sugar Glass Lip Pencil. This isn't because I don't like the formula, it's not because I don't like the color, it's really just because I haven't been reaching for a lot of pigmented lip products. I did use 2 other lip products up in this project pan, so I feel accomplished in that sense. This one, I like it. I'm not in a rush to use it up, and the color is a little bit more of like a brownie peachy nude, and that's not something that I feel is the most natural looking color for me. It's a little bit deeper, and I just feel like the eye looks I've been wearing haven't really been going well with this. I'm going to put it back in my collection. I'm going to continue to enjoy using it. I just feel like the color wasn't really right for what I wanted to wear throughout the past couple of months, but also I just never thought to reach for it, honestly. I really could have knocked it out and finished it if I wanted to, if I forced myself to use it more regularly, but I don't need to do that. I was enjoying other lip products that I had in the meantime, and because there isn't that much left, I feel like if I did put it in another project pan, it would be kind of like a gimme product, and sometimes you just need that for a project pan, so I'm going to save this for that occasion. So that is all the progress I have to share with you today. I do plan on doing updates more often in future project pans. For this one, I only did an intro, a halfway update, and a finale. I think I just had some trouble with scheduling videos, and I didn't have enough progress maybe the first month to show you anything, so I made it like every 6 weeks instead of every 4. I think for future project pans, I'm gonna do one every month, and that way I have something to show you every month, and I'm not like finishing entire products between updates, and then you don't even get to see the progress, which is kind of the point of a project pan video. I will also be weighing my products between updates and future updates, and I think that's gonna be really exciting and add a new level of detail to the videos. I think for my next update, I might have a little bit more of a theme, more so than what I did this month. So I am very excited to get started on that. I'll probably have a introduction for that a little bit earlier than I had planned. So please stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, that's everything I have. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next video.